asked why do I keep making videos about anarchists, left comms, etc., etc. It's because I view this as a tool. MLs are the reason that we're not all speaking German.
But what the hell, bro?
MLMs, actually.
MLMs, actually.
To be specific, I'm an MLM, you know, shout out Mounted. But I don't know. Anarchists they've been factually said by the CIA to be useful in terms of blowing up or
Get your ass on, boy. You get your goddamn
left comms. I can't name one left comm revolution.
Greetings! Freeman. It's good to see you. Let's try this. Yes, this all looks normal. All right. Is anyone else getting hungry? I am rather looking forward to this analysis, aren't you? My God, what are you...
I can't name one reasonable left comm contribution to, like, these people just exist to be annoying and useless and saboteurs on the left. So I'm using my platform to make sure other people know that and encourage other people not to be them. This is a purposeful thing I'm doing. Like, I have declared jihad against the left comms, the ultras, and the anarchists. You know? So I got
Left comms.
but I
stop that shit.
But wait! There's more! But I'm not done yet! I'll triple the offer!
The stateless, classless, moneyless society that communism refers to is not the same shit anarchists are referring to in terms of getting rid of the state. The stateless, classless, moneyless society that communism refers to is a natural byproduct of the elimination of class contradictions and class antagonism, and the natural outcome of a fully realized socialist society. It's not saying we are directly looking for a stateless, classless, moneyless society. Communism says, by fully realizing socialism and resolving all class contradictions and class antagonisms, eventually the state will naturally wither away. It is not the same thing as anarchism, and it's not the direct aspiration for a stateless, classless, moneyless society. That is not what communism is. Hope that helps.
Christian, I have no problem with you. I like a lot of your content. Like, this is no hate. But it's like, the reason why people are upset about your North Korea take is like, the country, a fourth of their population was murdered. 80% of all buildings, the concept of architecture, bombed, destroyed. Crippling sanctions, they have the strictest sanctions in human history. People can't travel. Almost the entirety of the world has to abide by a UN resolution that forbids everybody from accepting their visas, their passports. Crippling lack of resources, no trade, virtually no trade with anybody other than maybe China and Russia. And so the country's afflicted with these conditions. By the way, they outperformed South Korea until like the 80s. South Korea had the dictator. They have free healthcare in North Korea, even though they're fucking state. The whole thing of, nuclear testing, Libya gave up their nukes, Gaddafi, dead. Libya, destroyed. It's like you have all these things like contributing to North Korea's fucked up situation, and then on top of that, so much of the narrative around North Korea is disputed, and you make a video calling North Korea a dictatorship. Even if I were to grant you that,
It's like when people are talking about the situation in Palestine.
and someone goes, but Hamas, even though there's a genocide going on in Gaza, right? Even if you were to be granted Hamas, bad guy group or whatever, it's like, why the fuck are you talking about that in comparison to the 500,000 people who's getting killed right now? Like, this is people annoying. Like, this is why me, like, I was annoyed when he said that. Like, what do you gain? You've never done a video pushing back on US propaganda in North Korea. I've never done a video pushing back on that. But you make a video calling North Korea a dictatorship.
Mind you, there's a lot of democratic processes in that country.
But like, that's why people are mad. Like, you're acting like you're not implying like. Crazy because the more I read theory, the more China is literally a textbook socialist country transitioning into communism. Textbook to the point it's as if I'm reading.
Bleeding heart liberals, time to dispense some justice.
It's crazy because the more I read theory,
An example from like a future society's, communist society's children's textbook on like economy or history or some shit. I am fully convinced they're a socialist country and they know what they're doing.
To be specific, I'm an MLM. Shut up, Mountain.
Absolutely fucking nothing.
don't ever talk to me about being anti-imperialist and you're hating on Iran, the goat of anti-imperialism in 2026.
Westerners' take on Russia is so fucking stupid. You're dumb as shit. First off, I know people are saying Russia's imperialist because the Ukraine force. Even if Russia is an imperialist country, they still are a force against imperialism. They may not be a force against their own imperialism.
Bro, people justifying people joining the army because some people, they were just poor.
But the reason
I don't like social democracy.
The more I read theory, the more China is literally a textbook socialist country transitioning.
How can a nation state?
Oh my god, people don't rap.
How can a nation state that is engaged in productive activity that produces capitalist relations be transitioning into communism?
Lenin, the great catastrophe and how to combat it. Socialism is merely the next step forward from state capitalist monopoly, or in other words, socialism is merely state capitalist monopoly which is made to serve the interests of the whole people and has to that extent ceased to be.
Why are we acting like January 6th wasn't basis? Hold on.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man? I love
Social democracy.
Other issue with veganism is the fact that there's no ethical consumption under capitalism, right? Just because you don't eat meat doesn't mean your food is cruelty-free. Do you know how many people are getting killed? Do you know how many countries over food for the bananas that you eat? Do you know how many people die? How many people are underpaid, starving? Let's first address capitalism. There's no ethical consumption under capitalism.
So his video consists of a series of empirical claims made without evidence, followed by vague accusations of hypocrisy that rely on the same unsupported claims, without clearly identifying which specific values vegans are supposedly violating when purchasing things like crops. I'm not even sure he understands what veganism is, but we'll cover that at the end. I'm also not sure he understands the implications of his own view. If his position is that under capitalism, all consumption is unethical, and therefore trying to convince people to stop engaging in specific unethical consumer choices is a problem because such efforts don't address capitalism as a whole, would he act this way if the situation involved dogs? For example, if people were mass exploiting, torturing, and killing dogs for food in the same way we currently do to cows, pigs, and chickens, would he respond to dog activists trying to convince others to stop supporting such atrocities by saying, all consumption is unethical anyway, and you might as well continue supporting the farm until capitalism is fully abolished? Or does he acknowledge that there is, at the very least in his view, a spectrum in how unethical different consumer choices are? If he accepts there is a spectrum, then pointing to general background injustice under capitalism, which by the way he has not demonstrated, doesn't undermine criticism of particularly harmful practices. Otherwise, his view seems to imply that advocating for things like fair trade or improved labor conditions under capitalism is pointless, since every purchase under capitalism is equally unethical. Not to mention, veganism is simply the position that we ought not treat animals as resources to exploit for our own gain. As per usual with this type of objection to veganism from non-vegan leftists, this just seems like a lazy and convenient way to not live up to your anti-oppression values, because doing so in this case involves making a shift in your everyday habits rather than virtue signaling on.
China is state capitalist, not socialist, like many Marxist-Leninists like to say. But first we need to distinguish what makes
State capitalism is really a term coined by Engels to describe the state of socialism. Some describe state capitalism as a complete material preparation for socialism, describing socialism as a stage after state capitalism, and socialism merely being state capitalism operating in the interest of working class people. In part to grant you that China's state capitalism. State capitalism is an intentional state that oh yeah, hitting the peak in the past, China's millions are now into the country. 68% of China's GDP being generated by state-owned enterprises. 66% of companies listed on the Chinese stock exchange are state-owned. All these it's worker-owned. If we understand that capitalism is a necessary stage for a society to transition to get socialism and then communism, and we also understand society needs to define the development. I don't but it's a Western Marxist ideology. Okay, bro, just oh, that's another one. Oh, civilians maybe not today, maybe it's driving. But that's crazy. Someone says that's what
They can go